as we age and we start to see this disconnect between what we aspire to be, what we aspire to do, what we are accomplishing, and what we are told we can't accomplish. This disconnect, the regret builds.
Unlock possibilities by changing your mindset. You will expand what's possible for you, for the ones around you, for the world. You're moving into a land of both blind spots and learning, of things and ideas. You just crossed over into the mindset zone. Join your guide, Anna Melikian, founder of Solo Biz Academy, the director of education for Book Yourself Solid, and a PhD in psychology.
The show you are about to listen is backed by popular demand from the Mindset Zone archive vault. To get all new episodes, make sure you subscribe via your favorite podcast app and visit mindset.zone. Yes, instead of .com, it's .zone. There you can find the episode archive, show notes, and other amazing resources, including how to 4 times your success so you can work smarter, not harder, and learn how to leverage your talents to make a bigger impact while enjoying the process. All at mindset.zone. Hi, Anna Melikian here, and today I'm going to be speaking about this wonderful, interesting topic, age is an advantage. So, I would like to start with a question. If you are trying to make a difference with whatever you are doing at this moment in your life, do you agree with this, that age is an advantage? Do you see age as an advantage in your life or as a disadvantage? Because in today's society, in this Western society that most of us live, or at least once listening to this podcast, a common belief is that as we age, our opportunities to make a difference diminish. And we often rationalize even our own inertia, our own not doing things because of that. We feel we are too old to make a deep impact. We want to make a difference, but can we really make it happen? And then we listen to the amazing stories of people like Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. They start working in their garages when they were teenagers, and they change the way we live with companies that they founded before they reached their 30s. I was researching for this episode, and I think both of them founded their companies, Steve Jobs, Apple, Bill Gates, Microsoft, when they were 21. So it's tempting to think, okay, if we are over 30, maybe we miss our chance. And I'm totally sure that we keep trying to make a difference. I have many clients that are, let's say, over 30 for sure. And I love to work with them because they are in the mission of making a difference. I'm over 30 and I'm in the mission of making a difference. Yet, I find even myself sometimes shrinking my goals. And I see this in my clients too. We shrink our goals because we think that maybe it's too late to aim higher. It's so easy to accept this fixed mindset that justify as not thinking big. Even worse, justify that we give up or we simple surrender to regret. And this seems that is a common thread. I decided to speak about this topic because I was reading one of the blogs that I follow almost daily, Seth Godin blog. I really recommend that you go to sethgodin.com and subscribe to his blog. And in one of his blogs that I will put the link at the end of in the show notes of this episode to this specific blog, he spoke about a TED Talk. Jonathan Sachner Bernstein TEDx about age as an advantage. And I would like to play some little excerpts from this TED Talk, because that this concept that is so easy to accept, this fixed mindset that justifies not thinking big, that justify not trying, not aiming higher. So let me play here a small extract.
As we age, as we start to see this disconnect between what we aspire to be and what we aspire to do, and what we're accomplishing and what we're being told we can accomplish, regret builds, peaking in the late 40s. There's that pressure, and human nature says we need to figure out a way to relieve that pressure. So we look for a source of information that tells us that we really can't accomplish. We go back to the idea that society presents that it's the young that matters. To relieve that pressure, to give up, we find those sources of information, and in fact, we give up. That relieves the pressure, regret goes away, and we lose our opportunity, and we lose our drive.
Ooh. So, and I'm going to read some parts of this. This is a very powerful TED Talk, and I think he really touched here an important point, that as we age and we start to see this disconnect between what we aspire to be, what we aspire to do, what we are accomplishing, and what we are told we can't accomplish. This disconnect, the regret builds. And we know by research, and he's pointing up, and he gives example about this, that in our late 40s is when this happens more intensely. And one of the ways that we have to relieve that pressure is to try to find sources of information that support that is not our fault or our responsibility, it's how things work, we cannot do anything about. That fixed mindset of beliefs, we cannot do anything about that. However, if we look at the facts, we can be surprised. For instance, and these are examples of this TED Talk that I really recommend that you go and listen after this podcast. He starts this TED Talk speaking about example and with the story of Alexander Fleming, that at 47, he was 47 years old when he discovered penicillin, the first really the antibiotic that saved thousands of lives. He also goes on to speak about the data that shows that, for instance, if we look to the Nobel Prize winners in the last decades, most of them are in their mid to upper 40s, not in their 20s. And they even go to the business world, that a significant number of founders of successful companies are in their 40s or 50s. So if we look to the examples out there, if we keep looking, we will find many examples of people that make a huge difference at an even later age. So, instead of seeing age as a sign of decline and narrowing of opportunities, why not to challenge ourselves to see age as an opportunity to ramp up our efforts, to stretch ourselves, to spend our abilities to make a deep difference in this world? It's our choice. We really can start and talk back to our fixed mindset voice when our fixed mindset voice says, it's too late, you are too old for doing this, you are too old to try this again, you are too old to restart, to do a new venture. No. There are plenty of examples around you that shows that there are people that are older than you and making it happen. So start to talk back to your fixed mindset voice and start to take grow mindset actions to make it happen. Baby step at a time, but you can make it happen and really make an impact, and think big about that impact, about the difference that you can make in this world. And one of your first baby steps to take this grow mindset action, seeing the full TED Talk that I'm speaking about here. The TED Talk is a TEDx from Jonathan Sachner Bernstein. I'm going to play another snippet of it just to tempt you to go and see it. And if you go to see the full video, you just have to go to the show notes of this episode. That is mindset.zone/12. So number 12. And instead of .com is .zone. So it's mindset.zone/12. And go there, you see the quotes, you see the video. And let me go now play this other little bit of this video.
Age is an advantage. Those of us who are over 35, over 40, or even over 50 are the people who can make the difference, who have the skills to make the difference, and who must step up to make the difference.
And this one I have to repeat because it's so important. Age is an advantage. And those of us who are over 35, over 40, my case, even over 50, are the people who can make a difference, who have the skills to make the difference, who must step up to make the difference. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode of this podcast, and I really appreciate your help in spreading the word around. And one of the best ways of doing this is by leaving a rating and review in iTunes. If you are listening this via iTunes, it's very easy to leave a rating and review there. It takes a couple of minutes and more people will become aware of this mindset zone. And I would like to thank you, wonderful people that already did this, like Irma, Marlene, Mona, Vered, Deb, Denise, Holly, and Joss. I'm writing thanks to these people. Thank you to all of you that are listening to this show. I'm rating in iTunes at the moment of this recording. I'm in the 11 in the new and noteworthy under the category of learning and training. So I'm featured there in the new and noteworthy. And hopefully this way more people will see this podcast, will listen, and will challenge themselves and challenge their fixed mindsets that maybe they can think different about even things as aging. And they can go for it and start to make a difference in a big way. I'm so grateful that you are here. Have a wonderful life and keep making a difference. Thank you for listening. And remember to visit mindset.zone. Yes, instead of .com is .zone. There you can find all the episodes and other amazing resources. As always, I'm so grateful that you have crossed over into the mindset zone. Expand what's possible for you, for the ones around you, for the world.